10 things making your home look cluttered. After 60. Hey there, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into your home and suddenly felt like you were drowning in stuff? Maybe it's that stack of magazines you've been meaning to read, or the clothes piled high in your closet, or the piles of memories tucked away in every corner of the house. If you're in your 60s or beyond, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Over the years, our homes start to fill up with more than just things. They carry memories, experiences, and sometimes a bit too much clutter. Now I get it. It's not just about stuff. It's about the moments attached to them. But here's the thing. As time passes, all that clutter can make our homes feel heavier than they need to be. It can drain our energy, steal our peace, and yes, even take away from the comfort of our own space. But what if I told you that with a few small steps, you could reclaim your space, simplify your life, and make your home a sanctuary again? Today, I'm going to walk you through 10 things that might be making your home look cluttered after 60, and how you can start letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Trust me, it's not as hard as it sounds, and you'll feel a lot lighter once you begin. So grab a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. It's time to make space for what truly matters. Part 1. The accumulation of sentimental items. You know, there's something so beautiful about how we, as we grow older, start collecting things that hold sentimental value. Whether it's that picture frame from your child's first birthday, or the tiny trinket you picked up on your honeymoon. These items are more than just things. They're pieces of your heart, your life, and your history. But here's the tricky part. Over time, all these sentimental items can start to accumulate and create clutter without us even realizing it. Take a moment to think about it. How many photo albums do you have tucked away on a shelf, gathering dust? How many boxes of old gifts, cards, and keepsakes are hidden in the attic, still holding their emotional weight? You may find that these cherished items, although priceless in memory, end up taking up precious space that could be used for something else, or even just left empty for a calm and peaceful feeling. Here's a suggestion. It's not about tossing away memories. It's about preserving them in a way that doesn't create chaos. Consider digitizing photos, scanning old letters, or turning those souvenirs into a digital archive. Share the items that really matter with family members who will appreciate them, and let go of the things that no longer serve your life today. By keeping the memories without holding on to the clutter, you'll create space for new experiences, new memories, and more room to breathe. And here's the real takeaway. Simplifying doesn't mean forgetting. It's about cherishing what truly matters and being able to move forward with fewer things weighing you down. Part 2. Excessive furniture. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the furniture. Over the years, our homes often accumulate furniture we don't necessarily need but hold on to because it's comfortable, or it's always been there. You know, extra chairs that no one ever sits in, side tables that don't really match the room, or that old armchair that's seen better days but still gets some use every now and then. It's natural to hold on to these things because they carry memories, but sometimes they also carry a whole lot of visual noise. Look around. How many of these pieces are actually being used? How much space do they take up that could be used for something more functional or, better yet, just open space to let the room breathe? Here's a challenge for you. Take a good look at every piece of furniture and ask yourself, do I use it regularly? Does it serve a purpose? If the answer is no, it might be time to say goodbye. You don't have to part with everything, just the things that don't add value to your life or your space. Consider donating or repurposing those items. A little rearranging or simply getting rid of one or two unnecessary pieces can transform a room and make it feel more spacious and less cluttered. And if you're emotionally attached to that armchair or that old side table, I totally get it. It's tough. But remember, fewer pieces can actually bring more comfort. Imagine a room where every piece has a purpose, and nothing feels like it's crowding your personal space. It's about creating a home that reflects who you are now, not who you were in the past. Part 3. Too many clothes and wardrobe items. Let's face it, we all have that closet full of clothes we never wear. Maybe it's the outfit you bought years ago with the best of intentions, only to realize it's never quite fit the way you imagined. Or perhaps it's that dress from a special occasion, hanging there, waiting for the perfect moment to come around. And don't even get me started on the seasonal items we hold on to. Those heavy winter coats, that collection of scarves, or the pair of shoes that were trendy a decade ago, but now just gather dust in the back of your closet. Over time, our wardrobes can become a reminder of who we were, not who we are now. We hold on to clothes thinking, maybe one day I'll fit into that again, or that was such a great bargain. I just can't let it go. But here's the reality. A closet full of clothes you don't wear is clutter. It's overwhelming to see things you don't need taking up space that could be better used. And if you're being honest with yourself, the things that no longer fit or serve your life just add unnecessary stress. So, let's simplify. Start by doing a wardrobe audit. Go through each item and ask, when was the last time I wore this? If the answer is I can't remember or it's been years, it's time to let it go. You don't have to throw it all away, but consider donating what's still in good condition or selling what's worth something. The key here is quality over quantity. Focus on keeping those items that truly suit you now and bring you joy, and get rid of the rest. A more streamlined wardrobe can help you feel lighter and more organized, and it makes getting dressed every day so much easier. And hey, if you have items with sentimental value, I get it. But maybe, instead of holding on to everything, take a picture of those items or make a memory box. Letting go doesn't mean erasing the past. It means making room for the present. Part 4. Old appliances that don't work. Let's take a walk into the kitchen or garage, shall we? If you're anything like me, you've probably accumulated a few or more old appliances and gadgets that haven't seen the light of day in years. I'm talking about the blender you bought and used once, the food processor that's now collecting dust, or that slow cooker you thought you'd use every week but never quite got around to. Maybe there's a set of mismatched toasters or a couple of outdated coffee machines tucked away in a drawer. The sad truth is, these items take up valuable space and contribute to the clutter. But why do we hang on to these things? Often it's because we think, maybe I'll need it someday. Or it was such a good deal, I can't let it go. But here's the kicker. Holding on to broken or unused appliances doesn't do us any favors. Instead, they just take up space, collect dust, and give you one more thing to stress about. And if you think about it, each of those unused items is a reminder of something you thought you'd use but never did. Let's make a pact. If an appliance no longer serves a purpose, let it go. You can donate the ones that are still functional, or recycle those that are beyond saving. If you're holding on to an appliance because it was a special gift or holds sentimental value, take a picture of it and move on. It's about freeing up space for things that add value to your life. By decluttering these appliances, you'll open up your kitchen and your heart to more functional, meaningful items. And if you're worried about getting rid of an item you might actually need in the future, start by using it. If it's something that truly adds value, you'll find a way to incorporate it into your routine. If not, it's time to move on. Part 5. Books, magazines, and papers. Books, magazines, papers. Oh, where do I even begin? For many of us, books are more than just items on a shelf. They're windows into different worlds, lessons from the past, and old friends we turn to for comfort. But here's the thing. When we've been collecting books for years, they can start to pile up and overrun every surface in our homes. From unread novels and old textbooks to magazines that haven't been opened in months or even years, All these paper products can quickly become a source of clutter if left unchecked. Take a moment and look around. How many books are sitting on shelves, gathering dust, with no real purpose other than to take up space? How many magazines are tucked into baskets or stacked in corners, promising that you'll read them someday, but that day never seems to come? It's time for a little honesty. If you haven't read it in years or don't think you ever will, it's okay to let it go. A good way to start is by going through your books and asking yourself, does this still bring me joy or serve a purpose? If it doesn't, maybe it's time to donate it or pass it along to someone who will appreciate it. And with magazines, consider going digital. You can subscribe to online publications or even create a digital library of the magazines and articles you love. I get it. Parting with books can feel like saying goodbye to a part of your soul. But simplifying your book collection can free up space in your home and in your mind. It's not about losing the memories or the knowledge. It's about embracing the fact that your home can have room to breathe. Keep the books that truly inspire you, the ones that have meaning, and let the rest go with grace. Part 6. Decorative Items and Collectibles. Now let's talk about something we all have a little too much of. Decorative items. From collectible figurines to trinkets from vacations, or the many knickknacks you've accumulated over the years, these items often take over every flat surface in your home. Don't get me wrong, these little treasures can bring warmth and character to a space, but after a while, they can start to feel more like clutter than charm. Think about it. How many of these decorative pieces are just gathering dust and no longer bring you that sense of joy or nostalgia? How many of these items are there because you felt you should have them, or because they were gifts you didn't know how to decline? Over the years, we can accumulate things we no longer need or even really want, but it can be tough to let go of them because they're tied to memories, or because they were given with love. But here's the thing. You don't need to keep every decorative item just because it has sentimental value. Start by asking yourself, does this piece still make me happy? Does it add something meaningful to my home? If the answer is no, it's okay to let go. You don't have to toss everything out, but maybe it's time to scale back. Focus on keeping the items that truly spark joy and give the space a sense of purpose. And if you're feeling particularly attached to something, it's okay. You don't have to part with everything that's meaningful. Maybe, instead of having every surface covered with stuff, you could showcase one or two key pieces and store the rest away in a box or a memory chest. A little less clutter doesn't mean less love. It just means more space for what truly matters. Part 7. Unused exercise equipment. Let's take a moment and talk about something we all have good intentions for, but often end up neglecting. Exercise equipment. We've all been there, right? The treadmill we promised we'd use every day. The weights we swore we'd get stronger with. The yoga mat we thought we'd be meditating on every morning. We get excited, maybe join a fitness class, or decide to start a routine. But then, life happens, and the equipment ends up gathering dust in the corner. Over time, these items start to feel like a silent reminder of things we didn't stick to, but also a space hog that takes up valuable real estate in our homes. Let's be honest, you know you haven't touched that elliptical in months, or maybe that AB roller you bought on a whim is still sitting in its original box. And as we age, our routines naturally change, and what once felt like a necessity no longer fits our lifestyle. Here's a simple truth. If you're not using it regularly, it's just taking up space and adding to the clutter. Whether it's an exercise bike that's now just another piece of furniture, or those resistance bands you thought you'd use but never did, consider donating or selling them. If you feel like it's too soon to part with them, try giving them another shot and see if they fit back into your routine. But if they don't, let them go. And here's the beauty of simplifying. You don't need a gym's worth of equipment to stay active and healthy. In fact, as we age, simplicity is key. You might discover that a good pair of walking shoes and a set of light weights or resistance bands that actually get used is all you need. You can always take your fitness to the next level in a way that feels good to you. No clutter required. Part 8. Excessive kitchenware. Now let's talk about the kitchen, a place we all spend a fair amount of time in, and yet it's often where we collect an absurd amount of gadgets and appliances that we don't really need. We all have that drawer full of mismatched utensils, those pots and pans you got as wedding gifts, or the fancy gadgets that seemed like a good idea at the time, but now gather dust. It's easy to get caught up in buying things for the kitchen, the latest slicer, the multi-purpose blender, or that unique wine opener. But over time, these items can take over your kitchen drawers and cabinets. Think about it. How many times have you opened your kitchen drawer and thought, why do I even have this? Or maybe your cabinets are so full that finding a simple dish or pot becomes a game of Tetris. And don't forget about those serving trays you only use once a year during the holidays, or the stack of coffee mugs you inherited over the years but rarely ever use. The truth is, having too many kitchen gadgets doesn't make cooking easier. It makes it harder. Too many choices can overwhelm us, and it takes longer to find what you need when it's buried in a pile of rarely used tools. So, here's the solution. Start by identifying your most used kitchenware, and consider donating or selling the items that no longer serve a purpose. Maybe that fondue set or popcorn machine doesn't need to take up space anymore. Consider simplifying with multifunctional tools that help you prepare meals efficiently. Here's the takeaway. Fewer gadgets in the kitchen make for a more peaceful and functional cooking space. A clean, organized kitchen allows you to enjoy the process of cooking, rather than stressing about where the salad spinner went, or digging through drawers to find the corkscrew. Simplify your kitchen, and you'll enjoy cooking and entertaining even more. Part 9. Mail and paperwork. Piling up, the dreaded pile of mail. We all know it. That never-ending stack of bills, coupons, statements, and junk mail that seems to multiply no matter how many times we promise ourselves we'll go through it. And as time goes on, it doesn't get any easier. In fact, it can feel like a weight, a constant reminder of things you need to deal with, but can't seem to find the time or energy to address. What starts as a small pile on the kitchen counter becomes a mountain on the desk, spreading into your drawers and filing cabinets. I get it. Between medical bills, tax documents, bank statements, and the occasional handwritten letter, the paper trail can be overwhelming. But here's the deal. Cluttered paperwork isn't just unsightly. It creates mental clutter. Every time you walk past that pile of bills or notice that envelope staring at you from the corner of your desk, your brain is subconsciously processing it. It's like a constant reminder of things that need to be done. Here's a simple tip. Go digital. Many bills and statements can be managed online, which not only cuts down on paper, but makes everything so much easier to organize. And for the physical paperwork you need to keep, invest in a simple filing system. Create clear categories: health, finances, insurance, and commit to going through your mail once a week. If it's something you don't need, recycle it right away. For sentimental items like cards, letters, or documents that hold meaning, consider scanning them and storing them in a digital file. This way, you can keep the memories without keeping the clutter. A simple, organized system will help you feel more in control of your space and your life. No more getting overwhelmed by papers, and no more letting them pile up and steal your peace of mind. Part 10. Children's childhood memorabilia. Lastly, let's talk about one of the hardest areas to declutter: our children's childhood memorabilia. Those adorable toys, drawings, baby clothes, and first shoes. They hold so many memories of our children growing up, and it can be so hard to part with them. After all, every item feels like a treasure, a piece of their history that we never want to forget. I completely understand. Those tiny shoes they wore for their first steps, that first picture they drew of the family, the blanket they held onto every night. These things are precious. But here's the catch. As we age, we accumulate more and more of these keepsakes. Eventually, they start to take up space in every closet, every drawer, and every nook and cranny of the home. And let's face it, as much as we want to hold on to every little piece, we can't keep it all. The reality is, we can't preserve everything, and that's okay. Start by selecting a few truly special items that really stand out and hold the most meaning. Maybe it's the teddy bear they carried with them, or that first outfit they wore home from the hospital. You can also take photos of items that you're not ready to part with, or create a memory box for those things that bring back the sweetest moments. Another idea is to digitize art projects and keep a record of their milestones, so you can always look back on them without the clutter. Here's the important part. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. You can still cherish these memories in a way that doesn't overwhelm your home. You'll always have the memories, and now you can make new ones with more space to enjoy your present life. Conclusion. And there you have it. 10 things that might be making your home feel more cluttered than it should. The truth is, as we age, our needs change, and the things we once thought were important can sometimes become the very things that weigh us down. But simplifying doesn't mean losing the things that matter. It means letting go of the stuff that no longer serves us and making room for a life that's more peaceful, more meaningful, and more focused on the here and now. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Take it step by step and be gentle with yourself. Decluttering isn't just about clearing space in your home. It's about creating space in your heart and mind for new experiences, new memories, and a new chapter in life. You deserve a home that feels like a sanctuary, where you can truly relax, reflect, and enjoy the moments that matter. So take a deep breath, gather your courage, and start small. You've got this. And who knows? With a little less clutter, you might just find a whole lot more peace.